How's it going, guys, and thanks for visiting my channel again. Today I'm reviewing some Godox audio products. I'm not sure if everybody already knows, but Godox not only makes the flashes and the LED lights that you guys usually see all over the internet, but they also make audio products as well. And today I'm reviewing the Godox WMicS1 Kit. Not only comes with the transmitter and the receiver, you can actually have a two-person interview, because in one single unit, so the two antennas here, you can actually run two transmitters into a single receiver. So don't go anywhere, I got a lot of stuff to show you guys here. This particular system here is actually an analog system, and it ranges from 514 MHz to 596 MHz, and it has 96 channels to choose from. So in this video here, I'm gonna tell you advance everything that I plan to do in this video here, so I don't waste 1 second of your time. I'm gonna be actually showing you guys the entire owner's manual here. I'm also gonna be doing some real tests on an open field, and every lavalier mic that you buy, whether it is from Sony, Sennheiser, Electrosonics, Godox, GVM, it doesn't matter. Every single transmitter, they need to be calibrated, and I'm gonna be showing you guys here how to properly do that, and then the camera is gonna be receiving perfect audio without clipping. And a quick disclaimer, Godox has sent me this device here. I'm not paid to say anything. This video is not sponsored by Godox, and everything I say here is always my honest opinion. Doesn't matter if I bought the item or if it was sent to me. All I have to do is to upload the video on the internet, and that's it. The system here is supposed to give you a clean transmission up to 100 meters or 320 feet, as long as it is within line of sight without you actually putting the transmitters inside of a jacket or a pocket or turn around or something like that. The system here, for being an analog one, it has the 5% total harmonic distortion, but the sound pressure levels on the actual microphones, how loud they can actually shout on the mic, I haven't found on the description, on the specification, but I would guess it will be up to 100 decibels, which is still pretty loud. Nobody does an interview this loud. So again, all you have to do is to adjust the proper gain on your transmitter, and then you don't have any issues whatsoever. I always appreciate when they include the case, because I hate searching for cases, plus they never work the way this one does. Everything is custom made, and on top here, this is where you're gonna find all your cables here on this little zipper pocket here, and also this flapper here prevents the cables from actually bumping on rubber on your transmitters and receivers, so nothing gets scratched. And the shoe mount here also has its own compartment, so there's no way for this thing to fly out of here and actually scratch my units here. One thing that I really like about it is because the top part here does not move, so when you actually screw it in here, it's a lot easier, and then all you have to do is to do a quarter little turn to extra tighten the thing, and then it's perfect. It's gonna be straight on your camera like this instead of crooked like that. And then this part here goes in your camera shoe mount, and you tighten it down, perfect. To remove, just twist like that, and it comes off in one piece. Another thing that I like a lot is because this rubber here, there's no way you're gonna lose this thing here, because once it's in here, it's not coming out. Obviously, never grab it from the front, just grab it from the bottom here, twist it a little bit, and it should come out. A lot of manufacturers, they're using this battery system here, which is identical to the Sony Lavalier, the UWP series, for example. I love the fact that you actually remove the battery this way, and to remove it out of here, just poke your finger in here, and the battery comes out. Now let's dive into the entire owner's manual here. So when you buy your WMicS1 kit, come back to my video here, and then you have the entire owner's manual as a reference step by step. Okay, here's my little setup here, and you actually listen to the very audio of the Godox WMicS1 system, which consists of two transmitters and one receiver. And I'm also using the stock XLR cable that comes included with this unit here. So right now everything is in mono, and I'm only using the sound of the transmitter A, and that's why you're listening to mono at this time. I'm going to be actually changing to a stereo mode here, which you can actually purchase a third-party stereo XLR cable, as you can see here. So this is going to be working perfectly over here. And the best audio that you can get from these two transmitters here is if you're actually running a stereo, because when you switch to mono, even with other applications, the sound kind of merging together. I don't like it, so I like to keep it stereo, left and right always, because I can always have the control in post-production to actually edit the radio A and radio B in case this one is louder than the other. You know, some people, they are louder than the other. Always record your things in stereo instead of bridging to mono here. And this is also a stereo cable. Even if your camera is primarily XLR camera, it will probably have a little stereo mic input on the side, in which you can also use this cable instead of the XLR. So this is what this cable is for. Since I already showed you here with the actual stock XLR cable, I'm going to be actually switching from now on to a stereo feed using this third-party cable here. Right now we are in stereo mode here. Another thing to take into consideration is that these devices, they're not supposed to be so close to each other like this here. So some interference might occur, especially with this recorder here and these units here, as you can see. That's why everything's so close here, so you can actually see what's going on, because we're going to be diving into the menu right now. So starting with the receiver here, we have the output. This is actually what goes to your recorder or what goes to your camera. Then you have a headphones jack here, which you can also monitor the audio only coming out of the receiver. That doesn't mean the audio is going to be monitored what's coming through your camera. If you want to monitor that audio, you have to plug in the headphone jack into your camera's headphone jack. On a transmitter here, obviously you have your mic jack, and the line in is also a great feature. I do this a lot, especially if you are shooting for somebody else, such as a wedding or a corporate event or whatever. The editor wants the footage embedded on the camera, so you can actually plug everything here. And just so you know, this jack actually supports stereo, left and right, but the sound that's going to be sent to the receiver, it's in mono. What I'm trying to say here, you will be able to capture left and right channel, but it's going to be converted to mono before it's being sent here. The receiver has two antennas here. This antenna is for this guy, and this one is for this one here. On the transmitters here, they both say TX1 and TX1 instead of TX2, because you can actually make this one A or B, or the same thing with this one here. Another thing to bring up here, this is a 360-degree pickup pattern, so anything that you do with your clothing, everything is getting picked up here right now, okay? To power your devices here, you press and hold the power button. I can't do this right now because you actually listen to the sound here, so I'm going to be simulating with this one here. So you press and hold. Takes a couple of seconds to boot. There you go. The other channel is being picked up instantly. Now on the transmitter here, when you briefly press this button here, you can actually mute one of the mics here. Press it again. Press it again. So you can actually see the LEDs turn to red here, while this one here stays active. And this button here controls everything else. Sometimes you have to press and hold, and to confirm you have to quickly tap on this button here. Now right now we are at the main display of all these devices here. So this panel here, if we split in two, this is the A information and the B information. This is the antenna status, receiving full signal right now, the channels, and also the audio level informations here. To get the best audio signal here and avoid clipping, make sure you are keeping the levels here before this vertical bar here, preferably in the middle. And this is actually where you're going to have to calibrate these transmitters here so the sound doesn't arrive already clipped in here. Now I'm going to be going through all these pages here, and I'll come back to them later for more details. Right now is the main display. Pressing here, this is the information only for the A, and this is only for the B. And then the next one is the output mode, the OLED light, and backlight on and off or whatever, and restore default, and the firmware version, and back to the main page. Same exact thing over here, main page. Now to make changes here, press and hold this button. Currently set to on, which is this one here. Now set it to off. It takes a couple of seconds to update. So this one is actually muted. This is the mic from the A. This is the mic from the B. Turn it back on. Just go here. There you go. So this particular device here has 96 channels. So A and B is split by 2. You have 48 channels for each one. Right now I'm on channel 1. So if you switch to any other channel, this takes a couple of seconds to update, and then you're going to lose this one here. You can only hear this one now. Then you go back to the channel 1, and then everything is restored. Press this button again. This is actually the gain of your microphone here. It's not necessarily a headphone jack volume, so it's actually acting as both because there's no separate control for the headphone and for the gain of the mic. And as you can see, if you take too long, you have to start over again. So you gotta come here. I was on the A device. Press and hold. Now this takes actually a few seconds to update. So this one here is gonna get weaker, as you can see on the levels here. Let's even go further than that. 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, and then you can see the actual changes here. That should bring up to the same exact level. There you go. So if you intervene two people here, this person is actually a loud person, and this one is more like a soft speaking person. and then you can actually set the levels here separate, and this is why I think it is a great idea to always record in stereo instead of the mono XLR that comes included with this unit here. Now to change settings on the B unit, all you have to do is to go to this pages here, and then we have the page that's the B only information, and it's the same exact thing. You press and hold the button here. You can actually turn it on or turn it off. You can actually change the channel or the intensity or the gain of the mic. Next page we have the output mode. Right now we are running stereo. So you press and hold, and then everything is going to be in mono. It takes a couple of seconds to update, and you can see a huge difference. It's almost like I don't like to run things in mono, but you can if you absolutely have to. Let me put this back to stereo. There you go, much better. Another good thing to record in separate left and right channels, because sometimes you can have phasing issues depending if the microphones are too close to each other and the sound waves are not arriving at the same time. There's something that's called 3-to-1 rule. For example, if this is 10 inches apart, the next one has to be no closer than 30 inches apart. So if phasing occurs, all you have to do is to flip the phase of one of the channels, either the left or the right, and problem solved. Next one is the OLED light. Press and hold. This is the maximum, number 8 to number 1. Press to confirm, and then this kind of dims the display. Next we have the backlight on. Press and hold. I like this on all the time, at least on the receiver, because I like to see what's going on. People wearing this one here, you can actually set it to 10 seconds or whatever. It depends on each one's taste, you know. So I'm gonna leave this to on, but you can actually have the option for on, off completely, delay 10 seconds, delay 30 seconds, delay 60 seconds, and back to on. So in my case, I'm gonna confirm here to on. Next one here, restore default. I'm not gonna do that. And this is the firmware version, and that's pretty much it. Also keep in mind that these units here, they're not supposed to be so close to each other here, okay? So, and also when you press buttons here, you're gonna occasionally hear some static or some other things as you actually pressing buttons here. Everything is the same here. The only thing that these transmitters have that this one does not have is the actual transmission power. So we're going to access that page right now, right here. So you have the age here. So press and hold until the age starts to flash. And then you have the low transmission. This is actually when you have the subject close to the camera. I always leave it set to the highest because I don't want to remember that, oh, the unit was set to L and then I'm getting a lot of static or whatever, right? So press to confirm, always leave it as age. And that's pretty much it about the instruction manuals as far as the menu goes. Right now I'll show you guys how to use the line in conjunction with the actual lavalier mic here. So my voice is coming from the right channel, from the B transmitter, and from the A transmitter, the iPhone is actually supplying the music. And for copyright reasons here, I'm actually playing my own music, and hopefully you guys like jazz. I'm actually a jazz musician, and this is actually me back in 2003 when I have hair. Just remember the levels here is very important, because if it is too close like this, it might clip, okay? On the iPhone you can also change the volume here since you are in control here, so let's hit play. You can also increase. Okay. You can also mute the music, so voice only or the music only. Here's my voice back. You can also control here, don't forget. And also don't forget that the fact that you're actually recording in separate channels here, you can always control how loud the music will be or how loud my voice will be in post-production. If you mix everything in mono, you're stuck. And just so you know, it's capturing actually stereo here, but this transmitter is sending mono, but both left and right channels are actually being recorded in here. So if you have a song that's like a hard left with like Beatles, the old stuff is like hard left of vocals, and then the snare drum is coming from the right channel. All this information is being captured here, but you're gonna be receiving a mono here on this device here. And here's a test with me using the actual supplied stereo cable by Godox that you're gonna find in a box here. So you can actually make the stereo recordings this way as well, in case your camera does not accept XLR cables, or even if your camera does use XLR, it probably has a stereo mic input somewhere there. So you can actually record in stereo using this cable or the other third-party XLR stereo cables that I showed you before. This is actually great for cameras that don't have XLR, such as DSLR and other cameras. You can also use this for the iPhone, but don't expect to record stereo sound even if you are using using a stereo cable with everything stereo, the phone is always going to be in mono. Now I'm going to take you guys in the field with me here to do a full test on this device to see what it really can do. Alright, so here's the real world test situation here. I have the transmitter inside my jacket here, and my wife is on the right channel, I am on the left channel, as you can hear here. And most people will probably bring a jacket or possibly wear this thing inside, so I'm actually showing you a true example here, what would happen if somebody would be wearing this microphone here. And I'm actually going to be walking meters, which is a distance about similar to yards, about this long here. So start the countdown. I'm actually going to be counting this way here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters.
Yep, 10.
And I'm going to be actually turning around, see what happens, and then walk a little bit here, sit right here.
Walk over here
right.
too.
So this is actually the situation that people, you know, if this is actually a little echoey, this is the example right here. That's the 1, 2, 3, with a little bit of wind possibly, right? And then we do this here. Let's do a phasing test problem.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Stay there.
Okay.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2.
Testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Because if the sound waves don't arrive at the same time, if you are very close, you can actually experience phasing. A lot of people don't know this. This is a full test, y'all.
Okay.
All right, so let's walk.
Count?
Right. Yeah, actually this way.
Backwards?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 meters.
20.
Yep, now I'm going to be turning around, same deal.
Not used to walking backwards.
Oh, today you are.
Okay.
Okay, so don't fall. Okay,
right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 30 meters right here. And turn around.
Turn around.
That's when the magic happens.
Okay.
The desired, have, you know, the audio dropouts or whatever. So that's 30, right?
30.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40 meters.
You're a little bigger steps than me.
Yeah, well, maybe I gotta watch out how long my 1.2 meters is.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 50, right? 50.
Turn around.
I don't think that's gonna matter anymore because of that distance. I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60 meters, right?
60.
Okay. And
keep going all the way to the gazebo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
70.
70, right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So it's about 100 meters right here. And now I'm going to be actually removing the thing here. Since I'm already 100 meters away, they claim about 100 meters in straight line of sight with the camera. So let's see. Make sure the antenna is actually facing this way. Okay.
Walk up.
Yep.
We're walking towards the camera.
So we actually just ordered pizza here. We are from PA. We are in New Jersey, just for this test here because I thought this location was beautiful.
Yes.
And walking towards the camera.
Yes, and I just got off of work, so I'm helping you today.
Yeah, thank you very much. What don't we do for YouTube? And Godox.
Godox. So this is kind of fun. Getting my workout today.
Well, talking about workout, let's walk.
Oh,
let's run,
let's
just in
run.
case.
Jog.
Okay, that's the full test here. Better test than this? I don't think so. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And that's the end of my review here. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to this channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can actually be notified for more quality videos like this here. Every time I review something different here, from lighting to audio products, all kinds of things related to filmmaking. So once again, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.